Just text me, Kelly. She'll miss your live today.
Do what?
No, I was like, who just texted me? It was Kelly. She said she'll miss your live today.
Huh. Oh, well. There I am.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I need to get in here and do something real quick. Where is that? Right
What the hell is she barking at? Oh, shit.
Oh, I need to get in here and do something real quick. Shit. Where is... Hi, Robert. How are you?
Shit.
Oh, I need to get in here and do something real quick. Shit. Get that off my page. Where do I do this at? You there?
I am.
Okay.
I was just on mute because the dog was barking.
You there?
I
Turn this down.
Okay, there's no echo from me.
Good. Trying to fix something here. Okay, got it. Hey everyone, how you doing? Yeah, I was in there looking. Hi Daria, Dean, Gerald, Steven, Andrea, how you guys doing? That is correct. No TikTok ban for now. They got another 75 days. You folks on TikTok, I have a live goal in place. I should have reset that before I...
Yes, you should have.
Oh well. It'll be alright. Can you read that chat?
I'm going to it now.
I have to get rid of that chat.
Yeah, that chat on YouTube you cannot read.
Oh boy. Thank you, Molly. You can't read the chat, Jobu? I can't either. Oh, wow. All right. That's interesting. Did you hear that, Jill?
Your echo? Yes.
Does it have an echo? bit. I'm gonna go into here. Yes. That's loud. All right, so where's the market at? Market's down like what, 1,500 again today? That's what it was. Last time I looked. Hi, Juju. Trying out a new overlay today. That's what they call these screens. They call them overlays.
It seems you have the echo and not me. Let me check it.
Jay says it's down over 2,000. That's just fantastic. Yes, Ryan, you were absolutely right. Holy cow. He was right.
Hello, everyone.
Market now down over 2,000. Wow, that's not a good day. I bought some stock this morning. I don't even know what I bought.
What?
Huh?
How the hell do you not know what you bought?
Here's what I did. I Googled biggest loser of the day, and I bought it.
Oh my God.
What?
That's hilarious.
Hey. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Spend hours looking? Biggest loser, buy. I had some money sitting in there that wasn't being used, so it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of money.
So Joe Boo wants to know if you bought Trump.
No.
Since you bought the biggest loser of the day. Then you didn't buy the biggest loser of the day.
I don't remember how many shares it was. It was like a $20 stock, somewhere around there. Well, it used to be a $20 stock.
My God.
It wasn't 20 today. Actually, it used to be a $40 stock. It's like $15 today. I remember I think the ticker was CIVI. I think that was the ticker. So Joe Boo can go look it up and tell me how stupid I was for buying it. CIVI. I bought that this morning. Yeah. Lori Ann, thank you so much for the super chat.
So if anyone's wondering about the picture, I forgot to send him one, so that's what he used.
That's Jill at Halloween, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Were they talking about pausing the market because of the decreases? There are some things in place that automatically stops market trading if it falls too fast. If they go beyond that, I don't know. I need to go look at what I bought. I probably made $3 on it today. What else? Oil is way down. Drilling companies are being notified that when they finish whatever projects they're currently working on, Um, Daria found my stock. There you go. Daria found my stock. I definitely bought it on sale. Yes, Civitas Resources. That's what I bought. TikTok punted. What else? Yeah, rig counts are about to fall. That's. So everyone's asking about the SPR video. I did an update on that earlier on TikTok and YouTube. They found another company in Louisiana called Strategic Storage Partners. They have no website. You can't find any information on them. But a commodities analyst from Bloomberg found the contract details with the Department of Energy. And so there is another company in Louisiana that is another mystery company that we can't find anything out about. We don't know for sure, but we believe they are the company that's registered in Delaware. A lot of times companies will register their LLCs in Delaware for privacy matters. Basically, if they kind of don't want anybody to know who they are, they go to Delaware and register their company. That's what we believe this company did. We can't find out anything about this company either, other than they are an oil and gas related company, so that's better. Yeah, so that's what we know right now, that it is another company, but we can't find anything out about that company either. Man, over 2,000 points. That's a big drop. Thank God the weekend's coming, huh? We don't have to worry about the market dropping for the next 2 days. When asked about the stock market today, Donald Trump said, "We're all getting rich." So I think he's sort of, what do they call that, a Freudian slip? You know, a lot of people think he's doing this on purpose to make a bunch of money on the market. And that's what he said today when asked about the market crashing. He said, "We're all getting rich." That was his response. So take that for what you will. Hi, Peter. How are you? Let me. Go to pictures. There we go. Dude, this thing is.
Not that again.
You don't like that picture?
Oh my God.
Well, which one do you want to use, Jill?
Oh no, I seen the ice cream one. Remember, you're behind.
Oh, yeah. No, not doing that. Not doing that.
That picture is fine.
Am I going long on that? I go long on everything. We're we're talking about stocks. Oh, my bad. That didn't sound right, I know. So China implemented, 34% tariffs on us, reciprocal. More evidence that ours weren't reciprocal to begin with. People love your picture, Joe. They like this one better. That's why I put it up.
Well, this one is better than the fake. That other one's fake. It's a filter.
Eh, that's okay. So what's going to happen? What do you think? What's going to happen? You think these tariffs are going to? You think there'll be negotiations and people will, you know, back off these tariffs? What do you think, Joe?
I don't know. I'm so tired of the like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm so tired of it.
Why does it feel like we've been living in the end times for like, I don't know, 5 years? Captain Fantastic. Thank you for the super chat. Your chat GPT says your 401k is down 40k. Um, I mean, it might be, but chat GPT is usually wrong about this stuff. I wonder if I should ask chat GPT what my 401k is down. Like, I already know what it's down because I looked.
Yeah, if you know what it's down and you look, then ask it and see what it tells you. See if it's right.
It's not down 40k, but it is. I am a very conservative investor in my 401k. Maybe that's helping. Maybe you just have a bigger one than me, but it's down a lot. And both my stock portfolios are down a lot too.
I'm I'm actually worried about people who are going to use that for their retirement.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially people that are retiring like now.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, John says my taxable brokerage account is down big. Yeah, so's mine. Bob finally posted today.
Oh geez. Did
Nothing
he
about
come
the
out of his depression?
nothing about the stock market though.
Of course.
Yeah, told people not to travel to Cancun.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
Okay, I got to find the conspiracy theory on that one.
oh, he just said it's not safe or something. Not a I wouldn't consider it a conspiratorial. Is that the word? Video, but he's definitely avoiding talking about the stock market for the last 2 days. Bob the broker has not mentioned the market since 4:30 a.m. yesterday.
My God.
Basically, since all of this started, he has not uttered a word about it, unless he's posted recently. Oh, my printer's talking to me. Cancun is perfectly safe, asked Ted Cruz. Yeah. He does look kind of sad. Yeah. Bob's face is trailing the market, is what's happening. His face is definitely trailing the market. I wonder if I can get into my TikTok live on my phone while I'm TikTok live on YouTube.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Did you say yes?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, not if you're using
Do you hear that notification when it comes on? Or is it just me?
No, I don't hear it through here.
Man, it's loud in my headphones.
Yeah, it's loud on the computer too. Like as a guest, you can hear it.
There's no way for me to turn that down. Can you believe that?
You're gonna have to change your background then. So what are you using to go on TikTok? Are you using the computer and just
Yeah, I'm using the same thing we're live on YouTube with.
just well then if you do it through your phone, make sure you have no volume on your phone. And you can get to it. Just like I'm on it right now, modding with Jabu and all them.
There's no way to turn this volume down.
So when does it make the sound? Does it do it whenever somebody?
When I get the alert for a new subscriber, it goes, wow.
Yeah, because I unmuted the computer for a second and heard it, but I can't hear it from mine right
I just turn it off because I'm still getting the alerts on the other ones.
I was gonna tell somebody to send you one, so I can hear it again.
You found Bob the fish.
So people were asking about your deleted video. Which one?
Yes, I did take down the TikTok video and posted an update because the company was not the company. So I took the video down and I posted an update. Yeah, I don't want some company that's not involved, being bothered. So I took the video down. It's the right thing to do.
Yes, it is the right thing.
Yeah, I can't leave that video up.
Not if it's not the right company.
Yeah. Yeah, and even though I said, I need an investigative journalist to look into this because I've gone as far as I can. I you got to take the video down. You don't want someone getting harassed when they're not involved. That's the last thing I would want to happen. So, and it was a huge video, but that doesn't matter. You have to take it down.
No, it's the right thing.
Took the video down. I made a post on X thanking the commodities analyst from Bloomberg that found the actual company. He's the only person that found it. Thanking him and did the update on X as well. So, I got a call from a reporter in Colorado that was going to do a story on it, and I said, don't do the story, like this has changed. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we found the actual company. And he's like, oh, there's another company. And I said, yeah. I said, so don't do a story about this company because they're, you know, when you can't find any information on anything, you know. So they're not going to run their story either. They were going to run a story about that company in Colorado. That guy's mouth was watering. And I said, no, don't do that. And he said, can I get you on record telling me not to run this story? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Wish I could be live on Facebook. I can go live on Facebook through this software. I'm just easing into all this stuff. Well, I mean, if y'all are looking for some good news, gas prices are definitely going to drop. So, I mean, I know that's not great news for people who understand how things work, but that 40 grand you lost in your 401k is going to be made up by the dollar you save at the gas pump. You just need to fill up like 40,000 times and you'll be fine. What is the company that will be managing our reserves? So this company has the exact same name, Strategic Storage Partners. They're based out of Louisiana. You can't find them anywhere. At least if you just do an internet search, you're not going to find them. I couldn't find a website, couldn't find out anything about them. But the commodities analyst from Bloomberg found the contract with the DOE, same company name and everything, but it was in a different city. I believe there is a Strategic Storage Partners that incorporated in Delaware. I believe that's that company, but we have no way to confirm that. I'm sure Joe Boo could confirm that because Joe Boo's good at all that kind of stuff. But I believe it's the company out of Delaware. It is a company in Louisiana. That's about all I know about them because their information is very private. And that's why companies incorporate in Delaware is, let's be honest, it's a good way to hide, right? It's a good way to hide. I believe the company was incorporated in 2023 and is I don't know. Is the one I found in Louisiana just as sketchy? I don't think they're just as sketchy. They're not selling storage units. They're actually in the oil and gas industry. But they incorporated in 23. They're linked to some very big venture capital firms. They're a subsidiary of another company. And I think they're funded by Veritas Capital. That's about what I know about it. But I can't find much of anything. That guy from Bloomberg found what I just told you. He's the one that found that. I didn't find it. But yes, Aptim, APTIM. This company is a subsidiary of Aptim, which I believe is owned by Veritas Capital. Thank you for the gifts on TikTok. I appreciate it. Jobu says, yes, Aptim is owned by Veritas. There you go. Now, some people have been linking Veritas to Howard Lutnick, our Commerce Secretary. I did a quick Google on it. I couldn't find anything connect them, and I basically left it alone. But I'm getting messages on Blue Sky that the Commerce Secretary has ties to Veritas Capital. I have no idea if he does or not. No idea. He owns his own brokerage, but I can't find anything that says he's connected to Veritas. So. I hope you get your car situation figured out, Lorianne. Dying Breed, TikTok got another 75-day extension. So we got 75 more days of this shit. 75 days from now, we'll be having this same conversation. It may go differently. Why is gas in West Virginia $3.15 when oil is 66? Well, oil's not 66 anymore. That was yesterday. Oil's like 61 or 62 today. It's going to take a couple of days for those gas prices to start falling, but they are going to fall. I've been telling people, when oil started crashing because of the last 2 days, hey, gas prices are about to fall. And all these people are messaging me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about because gas is still high. When I say gas is about to fall, that means it's happening in the future. That doesn't mean it's happening right now, right? So probably you know how gas prices fall. Gas prices fall slower than they rise, right? But they are going to fall. They have to. The wholesale prices of gas have fallen by 30 cents in the last 2 days. So gas prices are going to fall starting at some point 1 second later than right now. It'll be between then and some amount of time after that. It's going to happen in the future. It's not something that happened in the past. Yes, a lot of backwardation on RBOB. $1.73 contracts by January 26th. Holy cow. My first house cost me $500,000. Crazy times. Well, Bruiser, my last house didn't cost me $500,000. Peter Burgess, thank you so much for the super chat. Saw your video on SPR, made me investigate. Can you elaborate on the purpose, the method of storing? Is it a finished product or crude oil? Talking about the SPR. So the SPR stores crude oil. There's no gasoline. There's no finished product. We used to have a reserve for gasoline in the Northeast. The Republicans got rid of that. So the SPR stores crude oil in underground salt caverns, right? And roughly half of it is light sweet crude that is produced in the United States, and roughly half of it is heavy sour crude that's most likely produced either offshore, Gulf of Mexico, or comes from a foreign country. So it's about a 50-50 split of what's in the SPR. It's all stored underground in salt caverns. And the reason we have a 50-50 split is because we take these oils and we blend them together when we refine. That's why we import so much Canadian crude. That's why we import Mexican crude, because we need the heavy oils. We blend them with light sweet, we refine it. And that's why we have like a 50-50 ratio in the SPR. There's currently 420-ish or so million barrels stored in the SPR. Hope that helps, Peter. Thanks again for the super chat. But yes, make no doubt about it. Gas prices are about to fall, and people are going to celebrate. People are going to celebrate. You're going to be desperate to find something to celebrate. Oh, I just realized I can chat in my live on TikTok. Because I saw Jilly chatting in there. I'm like, what the hell? Um, Now, here's the thing. Dying Breed said my house cost 500 in 2006. Well, I live in Oklahoma, and a $500,000 house in Oklahoma is like a freaking mansion. Okay, it really is. If my house, I paid like 300 and something for my house. If my house was in, I don't know, wherever Dying Breed lives, or in Houston, Texas, or like it would be a multi-million-dollar house. But I live in Oklahoma. Stuff's cheap here. So now about the oil and gas prices. Max amount that can be stored in the SPR, 714 million barrels is the maximum that it can hold. A little bit more than that, but they don't like to have it completely full. It's not good for the salt in the caverns. It creates too much hydrostatic pressure near the lower end of the caverns. But 714 million barrels is considered full. We've had more than that in there in the past, but we really don't want more than that in there. It can do damage. Now, understand something. The oil prices, everything that's happening right now with oil prices is all market sentiment driven, right? Fundamentally, oil should be much more. So we could see, if this kind of settles out a little bit, we could see a big jump in oil prices pretty soon because the fundamentals will eventually kick in. I mean, it's going to happen. But there's so much distrust with the administration right now, between the administration and the oil and gas industry, because he's so unpredictable. They're going to pull back, and they're going to drill even less than they already were. That's just a thing. No matter what oil prices do, we're going to drill less from now on. For the next 4 years, no matter what, we're going to drill less than we would have. But I've gotten a lot of messages today from people in the industry that have been told today they're getting let go. So that's a thing that's happening.
And so it begins.
Huh?
Yeah, and so it begins where people are going to start losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog.
Yeah, and you know, Rusty was in here last week. Rusty Henderson, he was in here last week, talking about, you know, he's a consultant in the industry. He's talking about people getting let go that he knows. So it's happening.
That might explain why I got a phone call today from one of my friends. Her son's works in the oil industry, but I didn't answer the call because I was busy. That might be what she's doing. Just to complain because she does.
Does he work up there in Pennsylvania?
Yes, he does.
Okay, he'll probably be fine. He'll probably be fine. Pennsylvania's natural gas country. Natural gas prices are strong and are going to remain strong. They'll probably continue to rise after this because oil production will fall. So if you work in a natural gas play, you're probably okay. I shouldn't say that, but you're much less likely to lose your job if you work in Pennsylvania or West Virginia or Ohio. If you work in West Texas, you're in the crosshairs right now.
Well, he does travel to Texas.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah, if he physically works in Texas, that's a problem. But you know, maybe they can find him a spot in PA. $154 people on TikTok, 105 on YouTube. What, Jill?
Oh, that's fine. How many? Well, I got 101 on YouTube.
Do you see my big counter there?
I do, but I also see the number that I see too.
Yeah, I got two numbers as well. They're rarely the same. What about jobs in the Bakken? Jobs in the Bakken, probably worse than jobs in West Texas. There's going to be more job losses in the Bakken than there's going to be in West Texas because break-even prices in the Bakken are higher than West Texas. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. It doesn't mean. It just means there's going to be more job losses overall. I'm not telling any one person, hey, you're going to lose your job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people are going to lose jobs. That's all I'm saying because it's already happening. What was the name for the Baton Rouge company? It's the exact same name as the company in Colorado. It's Strategic Storage Partners, LLC. Robert says, we are hiring like crazy in the Bakken. Well, I mean, the last 2 days is probably going to change that. I'm just telling you. And the things that individual companies do are not reflective of what happens across the industry. People tell me all the time, Donald Trump's great for the oil and gas industry. I worked through his whole presidency. And I'm like, oh, maybe you did, and good for you. But guess what? There's tens of thousands that didn't. And so, I appreciate your anecdotal experience, but it's not reflective of the industry as a whole. So (2:40) Central Standard Time. Let's look at RBOB has recovered a little bit. It's at 207. So that was 232 the day before yesterday. So that's basically, consider that the wholesale price of gas has fallen 25 cents in the last 2 days. So gas prices are definitely going to fall. Dow Jones is currently down, holy cow, 1,819 points, 38,720. So that's, if you don't know, that's not good. That's not a good thing. S&P's down about 5%, 265 points. They're all down between 4.5% and 5%. NASDAQ down another 875 points. That is so the NASDAQ being down that much is worse than the Dow Jones. But wow. Let's see what oil prices are doing. $62.75. They've recovered a little bit, about $1. They were $61.75 earlier. Gas prices are $3.27 ish, or 326.8, whatever, about 327. So this is all happening in real time. Jill.
Yes.
How many times did we tell people this was going to happen?
A lot.
How many times? Like, this is what's so frustrating to me. For the last, 8-10 weeks every day, telling people this is going to happen, just to have them argue with, just because of politics, right?
Yeah, because of politics. That's exactly what it is.
The thing that people have a hard time grasping, when I tell them something's going to happen, it's because it's going to happen. It doesn't matter who the president is. Doesn't matter who won or lost any election. It's what's going to happen, right? It's no different now. You know, when Joe Biden was the president, I would tell people what was going to happen, and they would argue with me. I'm like, your opinion of the president has nothing to do with what's happening in the stock market or what's happening with oil prices. It makes no difference. It's freaking so frustrating. Thank you all so much for the gifts. Donald Trump has said he's committed to keeping the tariffs in place, so we'll see what happens. I don't think he's near as committed. I think they're going to be pulled back. He's going to figure out a way to claim a victory. WTI made it to 63 after a low of 60.6. That's a little better. I wonder where WCS is at today. Vietnam called and conceded. I thought Vietnam didn't even have tariffs on us. I could be wrong. Jill, can you moderate in that live from the
Which live?
the TikTok live
Yep.
from the chat? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you need me to?
I can't, so I was wondering if you could.
Make yourself a moderator.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go into my main account and make my backup account a moderator. Lori Ann, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Can we get penguins on the super chat images in honor of Donald Trump and his penguins? I saw I saw a video today of a bunch of penguins going down this staircase, and it was captioned like, "We're going to talk to Donald Trump about our tariffs he put on us." It was hilarious. Yeah, the Penguins are very upset, Coda, for sure. The Penguins are upset. And maybe the craziest thing about all this is that people actually think that this is going to lead to them not having to pay any income tax anymore. That's not even a possibility, okay? There are not enough tariffs in the entire world that could be implemented that would pay for us not having income tax. That's not a thing. 10,000% not a thing, not even a possibility. The current tariffs would have to be roughly, not exactly, but roughly 9 or 10 times higher than they are today to cover our income tax. And this is the important part, people would have to continue buying those products at those prices to cover, so if we put a 300% tariff on the EU, we would have to put like 300% tariffs on everybody, and then people in the United States would have to continue buying those products, so they would keep sending them to us. That's not a thing that's going to happen. That's just not a thing that's going to happen. This has nothing to do with taking away your income tax liability. That's not at all. It doesn't. It just doesn't. it's I don't know how many times I've heard someone say, "Well, we did this in 1850." Yeah, we were. Guess what? We were wiping our ass with our bare hands in 1852. All right, that's not a thing that matters anymore. What we did in 1850 doesn't matter. It's 2025. It's not 1850. I don't ride a horse to work anymore either. You know, this is not even close to the same thing. Okay, I don't know what planet you live on to think that we live in 1850, but it's not this planet. There may be some alternative universe where it is 1850 on the planet Earth, but not in the universe we live in, and not on the planet and time we live in. That's not a thing. Jill,
Yeah.
is it 1850 at your house?
No, it's not, and I don't want it to be.
Are you wearing those long lace-up boots and those dresses that the women from the prairie wore in 1850? Is that how you walk around the house?
No.
With that funny-looking thing on your head?
No. Absolutely not, and I would not be one of them anyway, even if it was.
Does your husband come home from work wearing a George Washington wig? Like big white
No.
curls?
No.
Hello, darling. I'm home from work for the day. Can I get a spot of tea? Jill's like, no, you can't get a fucking spot of tea. This ain't 1850.
Right, and I'm with Bruiser. I'm with Bruiser on this one, absolutely.
What Bruiser say?
Jill and I only wear go-go boots, and that is exactly what we would wear.
What's a go-go boot?
Never mind.
Huh? Go-go boots?
Look it up.
Are those like platform?
No.
Okay. Is that like from the 70s?
I see what she said down there. Yes, you're right, Brewster. No, yeah, go-go boots are like them. I don't know how to explain it.
It's fine. I'm not gonna get it anyway.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to Google it. If I don't have a picture, I'm not gonna get it.
yes, exactly. Like 60s, right? So, somebody said that the chat's going in and out on TikTok. Listen, that's TikTok. The sound going in and out. Leave, clear your cache, force stop the app, and come back.
Okay, I'm Googling go-go boots.
She said, yeah.
Oh man. I accidentally typed Hogo boots.
Of course you would.
I shouldn't be allowed to like do things, honestly. Let's okay. Oh yeah, those are go-go boots. Okay. They have a bit of a platform, some of these do, but not as pronounced. I wouldn't call them stripper boots.
They're not. They're called go-go boots.
Well, my phone's over here on a what do they call that? A gimbal thing, and I'm typing over here. So I accidentally hit the H. It's Hogo boots.
Mr. said all boots are go-go boots.
Yes, they did kind of look like Ron DeSantis' hurricane boots. They kind of did.
Yes,
I
I
would.
wanted to say that, but then I was like, I'm not going to say it. But yes, they kind of.
That would be so funny. I would love to see Jill in Ron DeSantis' hurricane boots. That would be the greatest thing ever.
They're not tight enough at the top.
I hear that you're going to be able to deduct the interest on your loans that you take out to buy your go-go boots. So that's a good thing. Yes, Joe Boo. I want a pair of those boots. I want a pair of Ron DeSantis boots.
And yes, Ron DeSantis wears lifts. Yes, he does. That's why he had them boots on.
And I want to be 5 foot tall like Ron DeSantis too.
And
Oh man. One of my cryptos is up 5% today. Congratulations. Joe Boo is like a Rolodex. Have you ever noticed that?
he is.
Like he will bring up old shit. He will bring up something I said 2 years ago.
Joe has a great memory, and he's really smart. So
Yeah. Yeah, but that Rolodex thing, that's usually something that, women are much better adept at, is remembering everything you ever did. Joe Boo's pretty good at it too. They don't look like Pitbull. Pitbull? Oh, the singer.
um,
How did Pitbull get famous?
what song was it?
I don't know, but I mean, it just, when I see him, I'm like, why are you on a stage?
Said that a lot about him.
He's one of those people that are a great example that anyone can achieve anything. Someone said I look like Pitbull. Really?
Someone did.
Oh, I gotta go look at this again. Do you think I look like Pitbull, Jill?
No,
Huh?
no.
No? Okay. I'm probably much older. Dow Jones down 2,235 points right now. Wow. As we near the market close, people are dumping their profits they took today. A lot of people buy dips on days like this and wait for a little bump and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. I'm guessing people are cashing out in today right now because it's down another 400, almost 500 points just from 10 minutes ago. Jackass made his first tariff exemption. Who was that? Who did we exempt? If I took my hat off, I'd look a lot more like Pitbull.
You don't look like him.
I don't want to. I'm trying to figure out the resemblance.
It's the. It is. That's a. You're right. That's what it is. It's the no hair thing.
Trump exempted the penguins? No way. Do we have any good news? Do we have any good news? I mean, it's Friday afternoon. I got a very strange message from someone on Blue Sky.
What did you get?
This lady messaged me, and asked me to go find her on LinkedIn. She uses a, she said, I use my real name on LinkedIn, but her real name isn't on Blue Sky. And she said she wears a disguise on Blue Sky so people don't know who she is. But she wants me to find her on LinkedIn. I can't have any more information about her. She works for the transportation department. And she left me no clues on how to find her on LinkedIn, and she wants to talk to me about something. And I'm like, but she did say she uses her real name on LinkedIn. And I'm like, why don't you just tell me your name if you need to talk to me about something? But she won't give me her real name, even though she uses it on LinkedIn, and that's where she wants me to go.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'll text you the message so you can look at it, Jill.
Yeah, and I'll probably find her.
Like on her Blue Sky profile, she has blue hair and all this stuff, and she's like, my hair's not really blue. I just do that here.
That just sounds weird.
It's weird. It's really weird. I spent all of maybe 30 seconds looking, and I thought, what am I even doing? I'm not looking for this dumbass. No, it's not Jill in disguise. I would know if it was Jill. I saw a picture of her face.
That's funny. I did have blue hair at one time, but it wasn't me.
You had blue hair?
I did.
You know what? You're probably going to have blue hair again.
I mean, it wasn't all blue. It has blue, there was blue in it. When would I have blue hair again?
Blue hair is kind of like diapers. You get it when you're young, and you get it again when you're old, right?
Oh, I know. So we were sitting outside about a week ago or so, and my husband's like, "Is that gray in your hair?" I'm like, "You better walk away, like right now." And he's like, "No, I think I see gray." I said, "That is blonde highlights. Get away from me."
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Merck, thank you so much for the super chat. I am conservative on social issues, but after I discovered your TikTok, I changed my party to independent. I cannot sit here and act like we aren't being conned. Wow. Never my intent to change someone's political affiliation. But, I kind of went through the same thing when I became an independent. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't associate with these people anymore. So thank you very much, Merck. Changing your affiliation is Marxist? I would consider your comment if you knew how to spell the word affiliations or Marxist. But since you can't even get that done, it's hard for me to take your comment seriously.
On TikTok.
You know what's Marxist is not being able to spell the word Marxist. I think that's more Marxist than anything. How can you not spell that word? And how did you not know the word affiliations started with the letter A? How did you not know that? You want to talk to me about Marxism? I love it. I love it. Yeah, that guy got glowballed for sure, but that was easy. Trump now has 9 of the top 10 point drops in Dow history. Is that true? Already? Is that actually true?
I don't know.
I don't either. What were you going to say, Joe?
Joe Boo said, I was an independent, and after listening to you, I stayed an independent. Same here, Joe Boo. Same here. And then he said he gets affiliations when I go to Pizza Hut. That's what he says. I get affiliations when I go to Pizza Hut.
Dow closed down 2,231 points. Holy cow. Thank you, Jimbo.
Oh my God.
But
why are you making me do this?
What? What's happening?
Oh, I just put someone in timeout.
Let's see what's on the printer. Interesting. Buy the dip? Question mark. I bought a dip today. I haven't looked at it, but I bought a little bit today. It wasn't a lot of money. It's like a couple $1,000. It was just money I had sitting that wasn't being utilized. Who's going to win between John Cena and Cody Rhodes? I guess whoever they decide to win.
Oh no, Barrister.
Is wrestling still on TV? Is that still a thing? Jill?
Yes, I think it still is.
Really? We still have wrestling? I had no idea. What did Barrister say?
You just read that.
Mr. Global has the hots for Barrister. Probe me wrong? I mean, prove me wrong.
This is hilarious. I love Barrister.
Huh?
He's hilarious.
Yeah. So I will admit, there was a time when I had the hots for Barrister, when I only saw him from the neck up on TikTok. But after I saw him playing golf, that went away. Yeah. You need to drop 20 pounds, Barrister, let's be honest. And then we can talk about it. No, in all honesty, I do envy Barrister's hair, though. Like, I used to have that. That was the thing I used to have. I don't have that anymore. My kids took it away from me. And to be fair, I could lose 20 pounds too, but I don't need to because you don't have the hots for me. Even though you should. Hi, Octo. What's the matter, Jill?
Nothing.
I did not see Barrister in a dress. Did he wear a dress?
Yes, he did.
Oh, don't show me that. There's no telling what I might do. I might have a road trip in store if I see Barrister in a dress. I-40 eastbound. Do what?
Octo said, "Don't body shame, Barrister. Cancel Mr. Global." Listen, Octo, that was hilarious, but don't say that on this channel. When I say stuff like that, people freak out on me, and I'm a mod. When I leave comments like that in the chat, people lose it on me.
Octo is actually a doppelganger of a good friend of mine that lives down the street from me. Those two guys look identical. And the one way I can tell them apart, because that friend of mine, he's on TikTok as well, but that friend of mine, or Octo, he starts his videos saying, "Hey yo." Every video is like, "Hey yo," but my friend doesn't. That's how I can tell them apart. Literally, they look exactly identical.
Oh hey, is what he says.
Oh hey, yeah, that's what he says. Oh hey, yeah. What did I say? Hey yo.
Hey yo, or something.
Yeah, my ears are dyslexic. But yeah.
Oh hey.
Oh hey. He's looking a little bit less like you now because he grew a beard and you're still clean shaven, but his name is Wood in Base. A friend of mine, Wood in Base on TikTok. Wood in Base. He's a musician. He travels the country playing music, and he also does custom woodwork. That's why his name is Wood in Base, or Wood and Base. Can I pull a coin from my ear like a magician? No, I cannot. Are there any Kenny Loggins doppelgangers on this app? No, there are no Kenny Loggins doppelgangers anywhere. That's not a thing.
If there was, Sarah, I would tell them that they have to follow you.
Oh my God.
What?
I've known Sarah for, I don't know what,
A long time.
3 or 4 years? A long time. I've never seen her where she didn't talk about Kenny Loggins.
She likes Kenny Loggins.
Should you buy a Raptor since oil prices are going down? No. I mean, buy what you want. I wouldn't buy one. Why did
Yeah,
oil...
she just wants to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Sarah just wants to invite him to her danger zone. That's all.
Well, that's good for Sarah. But has she seen Kenny Loggins lately? He probably doesn't look like he did in 1992.
Probably not.
Why did oil drop today? Because that's what happens when markets crash. Everything crashes. It brings everything down with it. That's why oil dropped. Even natural gas fell today. People pull their money out of markets and everything falls. That's just how it works. I started researching the company hired to manage the SPR. The business headquarters is a house. Yes, we know. A guy from an energy commodity analyst from Bloomberg found the company. It's not the company in Colorado. It's another company that you can't find on the internet. But he found the contract with the DOE, and we can't really find out much of anything at all about that company either. So, but it's not the company in Colorado. That we do know. It's not the company in Colorado. And, you know, we're lucky today that the jobs numbers came out positive, because if we would have had bad jobs numbers today with everything else happening, it would have been horrific. Can I print your Amazon return label? Well, these are actually shipping labels that are being printed. I won't show you the name, but that's what's being printed. Shipping labels. Yeah, from the Etsy store. Or for the Etsy store. I don't see how the job numbers are good with thousands of layoffs. I don't trust them. So a lot of those layoffs, those people are being paid over a period of 6 months. So I don't think they'll be reported as layoffs for some time. And I think that may have something to do with it. It also turned out that only 4,000 people from the government had actually counted towards the job numbers, because so many of them are still in court and fighting their layoff. So the vast majority of those haven't been counted. Thank you, Daria. Did you know there was 2 Rats and LA Guns bands? Well, LA Guns is just Guns N' Roses light, but Rat was good. I loved Rat. I was a Rat fan. Were you a Rat fan, Jill?
I guess so.
You guess so?
I guess you could say I was.
So the jobs reports, for people that don't know, those are done by a survey. They basically take a survey. That's how they've always done it. They have some scientific method to it. I don't know, but that's how that's done, through a survey. You don't know what Rat is? Rat is a band from the 80s, spelled with 2 T's. Is there any Mr. Global merchandise? There are t-shirts in a link in my bio on TikTok. Just t-shirts, no mugs, no koozies. Yeah, round and round.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Round and round.
Now, they weren't obviously one of my, top bands. They're just something I liked. I also liked Cinderella. The lead singer of Cinderella, if you don't know, paralyzed his vocal cords. Did you guys know that? That's why they quit touring.
Yep.
He paralyzed, I believe it was his right on his, I think it was on his right side. Might have been on his left. But on one side, he completely paralyzed his vocal cords. That guy had the classic 80s hairband voice.
Absolutely.
You should go with a flock of seagulls haircut. I wonder if I can get a flock of seagulls wig.
What?
Flock of seagulls.
I heard that, but I don't know what that is.
It's a wig.
No, a haircut.
Well, do you remember the flock of seagulls and what their hair looked like? It went like all over the place.
Oh, okay. Don't you already have that wig?
I have a hawk wig, is what I call it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I call it, I don't know what the wig is, but I call it the hawk wig. I'm trying to imagine a group of guys sitting around, right? They've formed a band, right? They're going to play music. And they're trying to figure out the name of their band, and they come up with Flock of Seagulls. How does that happen?
I can tell you what, if they were sitting around, we know what they were doing, and that's how they come up with that shit.
Dude, that's...
Listen to some of the shit we say in my life.
I know. We should do that. We should come up with a band name the next time we're all in that state.
Yes, and see what we come up with.
We could all wear aviators. Oh, flock of seagulls.
God.
We had some odd people in the 80s and 90s, you know. We didn't realize they were odd at the time, but looking back on it, yeah, we had some odd people. Rat's claim was Milton Berle made a cameo. Does it say camo? Because he was the uncle of the band manager. Rat had a band manager? I'm surprised to hear they had a band manager. Peter, thank you so much for the super chat. One more question about SPR. Can you comment on the impetus for the SPR? Was it to defend versus OPEC, or was it Cold War inspired? The SPR was a direct response to the oil embargo of the 70s that OPEC, the Arabs, placed on us. That was our response. They cut us off. We built a strategic reserve, and that's the whole story. It was 100% a direct result of the embargo, because the effects of that embargo were massive. We had crazy high oil price spikes. People couldn't buy gas. Like, it was bad. Super high inflation, lots of stuff. That's why the SPR was built, because we were so reliant on the Middle East for oil, and they cut us off. So that's it. If there's a peace deal, Ralph, thank you so much for the super chat. If there's a peace deal in Ukraine, could we expect price impacts to LNG this year? How long before Russian gas can hit the markets without caps? I don't think, even if there's a peace deal, that a lot of these countries go back to buying gas from Russia. I don't think it happens. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. And keep in mind, even before when Russia was selling gas, mostly to Europe, Germany, Europe, we were still exporting a ton. There's a huge demand for LNG around the world. I just don't see a way in which a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia changes that calculation much. It could change maybe some future projects that are currently being planned or discussed. But where we sit today, I don't think it changes much. I just don't, because even if something happens with a couple of customers, we have, I don't want to say unlimited, but we have an enormous amount of customers to ship LNG to. So thank you, Coda. Thank you so much for the super chat. Only the fourth time in history the Dow has dropped 2,000 points or more. And how many of those times occurred under the Trump administration? Because I know it happened during COVID. That'd be an interesting factoid. The market has lost $9.6 trillion since December. Wow. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hello, Joe.
I don't think they will continue to buy natural gas from Russia, even if it's cheaper, because they could be doing that right now. They could be buying it right now if they wanted to. So I don't think they will. So the Dow's lost 2,000 points 4 times, and 50% of the time it happens under Donald Trump, basically. Okay. Hi, Joe. That's true, Gerald. Just because they get their gas from Russia doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be cheaper. Their market is their market. So would you rather always have to speak every thought or never be able to speak again?
I absolutely cannot speak every thought. That wouldn't be good.
Why not? Would you get in trouble?
Well, yes, absolutely.
I can't decide. I can't imagine not speaking. I just walk around
I
and
mean, it was. You just walk around and what?
like wave at people, or like, do you get to do sign language?
I mean, you could learn sign language. Yes, I'm in a pipe.
She's hitting the pipe.
I'm in. No. I am in the Keystone XL pipe.
Yeah, she's in there with the Russians. Well, here's the thing. For me, anyway, if I had to speak every thought, I would definitely be alone for the rest of my life. I would not have a single friend in this world.
Right. Right.
So I could keep my mouth shut.
That's why it was so easy for me to pick.
Hi, Troy. Oh, boy. Yeah, I didn't think
Sound
about
like I'm a caller on a radio show.
That's fine.
Bruiser says, I love my pipe.
She said what? Oh, I see it. Okay.
Oh my God.
I won't be commenting on that.
That was funny.
I don't know if I could learn sign language, honestly. Like, I couldn't learn Spanish, so. I'm not good with other languages, whether spoken or signals. Like, I'm not good with that.
I'm not either.
Oh, man.
You can thank Bruiser for that zipping.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of my pipes right now, Jill, as you know.
Yeah, I could see why.
Yeah. My pipe has to be replaced.
That's a whole different pipe. It's a whole different pipe.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's really long and skinny. It's only 1.25 inches in diameter.
I'm sorry?
Is it what?
Oh my God, let's move on.
It's going to take a team of men, of contractors, 3 different contractors with multiple people to replace my pipe. And it's going to cost me a small fortune.
Yeah, that's not funny. What's happening?
Here's all your shipping labels. But it's galvanized. Well, it's not. That's the problem. It's been buried too long and it rotted basically, and it's got holes in it. So gotta get new ones.
That is not the piping they should have used, though.
Well, it is what it is. At least it stays hard, you know. I don't know what's going to happen with the new pipe.
Oh my God.
I should do a classic car live once. You want me to sit in my Scout or?
Yes. If you're going to do that, you have to sit in the Scout.
Oh boy. And renamed to 4OK. What kind of Etsy store does your wife have? It's like antiques and vintage stuff. Oh, I could put a picture of the Scout up on the screen if I can find one. I guess. Where are you at? I want to think about how much shit I have in my phone. Jill, do you have a lot of shit in your phone like me, or do you keep it clean?
So I have a lot right now, but every so often I'll go and put things on external hard drives. I have a
Yeah.
bunch of external hard drives because when I took pictures, you have to have that. You have to have them external hard drives.
I have all the videos I make are on my phone. It's an insane amount of storage. I don't. And I have to go back them up and clean them out every once in a while.
Right, that's what I do.
And it wouldn't be so
I don't have as
bad.
much as you though.
It's if they weren't video files, you know, that's the thing. It's
That's what I was going to say. I don't have as much as you because I don't have all those videos.
I have to pay for storage, which I think it's only a couple of bucks, but still.
Like I said, I just use the external hard drives for mine.
Where is this thing? Dying Breed, I'm going to show you my Scout if I can find it here. There we go. Oh boy. They're telling us it's going to snow this weekend where I live.
What the hell?
Exactly. What the hell? It was 90 degrees the day before yesterday. 90 degrees.
I guess we're going to get snow on Tuesday.
You are?
It'll be 33 and some rain and then snow. But that's clean on Tuesday, so that could change. But it's supposed to rain all weekend.
Okay. Is Dying Breed still in here? Ah, there he is. Me and Dying Breed are car guys. So I'm going to show Dying Breed some of my stuff. See this Dying Breed? So this car here, Dying Breed, this was my 69 Buick GS Stage 1. This is one of 254 ever built. I had this frame off restored in Atlanta, Georgia. One of 254 because it had a 4-speed in it. This car is very rare with a 4-speed. But it was immaculate. It was perfect. This car's been in my family since it was new. I need to get rid of this. And he wants to see the Scout. Here's the Scout. 72 Scout 2. We are at 86 and I have the AC going. This is my Scout. This is what I currently have. The 72 model. This is fully restored. It has 87,000 original miles on it. I got another picture of it here. I don't know if you can tell by looking, but like all of these, all of the flasher signals and everything, all of the lenses are tinted, so it's kind of blacked out in all these areas, but it gives it a really cool look. I'll find the other one. I'll keep the Scout forever. I will definitely keep the Scout forever. Here's the front of the Scout. And no, it's not a Bronco. Not a Bronco. If you look under the headlights on those lenses and all that, and then up here, all these lenses are tinted. It looks really cool. I like that look, but yeah. It gets about 3 miles to the gallon, I think. So that's good. That's good. Oh boy.
I'm cracking up, Bruiser.
Take it easy, Bruiser.
I was cracking up. I'm glad I was on mute.
I just wasn't saying anything. I'm just like, I'm not going to say nothing.
I was dying.
No, it's fine. We're just messing with you. Yeah, I know you can't help it.
You can't help me. I can't help me either.
I think the funnest car I ever had was a 66 Chevelle. It was candy apple red. I loved driving that car. It wasn't, I mean, it had a 283 in it, so it wasn't like a horsepower monster, like it wasn't a supercar, like a muscle car. It was just an amazing car that I loved driving. But I would like to see some of Dying Breed's cars that he's had, or may currently have. I love old cars. Who made the Scout? International made the Scout. That's an International Scout. I don't know how to do it live from the Scout though. Like,
You would have to go live from your phone,
it's
of course.
yeah, it's not that fun to drive. It's really not. '73 Trans Am 455 4-speed was my most fun car to drive. Yeah, I had a 455 4-speed as well. They are really fun to drive. When I'm talking about the Chevelle, though, it's just the look of the car and how clean it was on the inside, the old gauges and everything. It was just, and it was such a smooth ride. It was an automatic, like it was a cupcake, but it was different than, the 455 was a blast, but the Chevelle was just cool. It was just cool. That's awesome, Dying Breed. Those Torinos are awesome. How much Tesla stock am I buying? Zero. I'm not buying any Tesla stock. That's not a thing. I don't know. If it got down to $10, I might buy it. Oh boy. Well, Jill, let's wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out with us today. Hopefully, well, hey, thank God the market is closed tomorrow, so we won't have to talk about the 2,300 point loss or whatever. T-shirts, link in bio on TikTok. Jill?
Thanks, everyone, for coming, and have a great weekend.
Don't look at your stocks. Don't look at your stocks. Thanks, everyone.